So the question comes in my mind, why we need controller. So in this episode we are creating controller and we will see why actually we need controller. So with that, I'm your host Sarthak and this is a channel where I talk about Laravel and the cool thing about Laravel. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. So let's open this blog in Sublime, and yes, we have this, and let's just open web.php file. So you can see we have created many routes, and in each of the route we are actually just returning the view. But what if we want to have some logic, or what if we want to save the data or retrieve the data from the database? So for these kind of work, we need controller. So what exactly controller is? Controller is just the middleman between your view and your model, or I can say between your user interface and your database. So it connects, or it can handle both of these things. So it can return the view like we are returning in the route, and it can also return the data from the database and even can save in that inside the database. So this is the controller, and why we need, as I told you, we need to create some logics. So it's not necessary that you must have a controller, but whenever your project grow, you need controller. Why? Because you can see we are actually returning in each of the route. Most kind of work we are doing on the controller, we can do on the routes also. But suppose we have 500 routes, so your route file will become so messed up, then whenever you come back you are lost. And then what is the meaning of using the framework for creating any big project? So here comes the controller. So let's see how we can create controller and where it placed. So to create a new controller, I will open new terminal first. Okay, so to create a controller, we have to write this command php artisan make controller. Okay, and before that I will show you the list of commands. So when you say php artisan list, you will see all the command you have, and here you will find make controller command. So let's just copy this command and we will run this command. So this command need to have a controller name. So let's first create a folder. So I want everything which we are going to use inside admin folder, because admin panel, or the back end of the website, is going to create the posts and everything. So we are using the folder, and in the folder I will create a controller called post controller. I will name it as a post controller, but you can also name it as a post. Naming with the word controller makes it more readable, and you will not lost out when you are searching for your controller. So admin slash post controller. Let's do one thing. Make this capital A. Okay, and let's just run this command, and yes, we are successfully created, and let's see where it is. It's inside app, http and controllers, and you can see as we have given admin folder, and inside admin folder we have this controller. So you can see now, because it's a post controller, and for the post, that means for the blog post, we have to create, update, edit, delete, that means all the CRUD part. So instead of this, what I will do, I will create a resource controller, and I will show you what is resource controller within a second, but just create it first. So same thing, but with a flag of resource. So hit enter, and yes, it's created. Let's see the difference. As we have seen, in the post controller without resources is empty, but when you create a resource controller, you can see it having create function, store, show, edit, update, destroy, everything is here. So this is beneficial, but you will say, oh yeah, but I can also create this, why we need this? this is very beneficial when you create a route. So you can see we have create many routes, but for single post, for only the post, we need a post route, then a post slash edit route, then we have the post slash update route, and likewise delete also. So then you have to write four of these route for a single thing. Instead of this resource controller makes very handy. So what I will do, I will just comment these routes, and you can see we have only two routes. Go to this terminal, type php artisan route colon list, and yes, we have the list of routes we have. So we have this slash route and the post route. Doesn't matter, ignore these two. Okay, so we have, yeah, this one is here, we have not commented. So we have this, but as I told you, we have to create four route or more than four for single post. So when I create resource route, so route will be a resource route which will get the first name. So I will give first name as a post, but instead of this I will say admin slash post. So because it's inside the admin, and I will just semicolon, give semicolon here. Okay, so admin slash post, which will, now we have to give the controller name, only controller name. So our controller name is post controller. But here's the problem, Laravel always look for the controller inside this controller folder, but you can see there's no controller inside controller folder named post controller. So now we have to say it's inside admin slash post controller. So this slash will come here. Okay, so now let's go here and rerun this route list. And yes, you can see we have, you can see here we have admin post route, admin create route, then this will be show, update, destroy, edit. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 7 routes is created by only one line, and this is the magic of resource controller. So let's just quickly see how we are doing this. So we have this route, as I have commented this. So you can see we are returning the post. So instead of this route, what we can do, we can just delete this route, go to post controller, and inside this index I will paste it. So now we are having this. So whenever I go to admin slash post, it will show me this route. That means post.index. So let's go for that, refresh, as we are on the same route, and yes, we are having no error. That means the same view is returned. So likewise, actually this is the form, this means this is for create. So I will move this return to create. So now the route will become, as you are expecting, post slash create, and yes, it's here. Okay, so these are the magic of Laravel resource controller. So similarly, let's create the controller for tag and for category, and same thing, remember the same thing, controller of resource controller. Okay, so let's create controller, and again that will be inside admin. So this will, I say, tag controller, same resources, or next is category controller. So category controller. Okay, so now we have done this. Let's just create this, and yes, we have all these controller inside our admin folder, and same thing we can create for admin for tag or category. So here it is, and that will be, I think we have to give here tag. So this will be tag, and make it lowercase. Similarly, oops, okay, yeah, so category, and that will be again lowercase for this URL. Okay, so if I go to this resource controller, no, simple controller, this one tag. So I can cut it out from here, delete this route, open admin folder and tag controller, and again that was for create. So that's it. And when I go admin slash tag slash create, it's here. Same thing for this one. So I have controller, so I will cut it out from here, delete this route, open category controller, and yes, so again same thing, category. Yes, category is here. Okay, so let's clean up our web.php file. So here it is, and we will create controllers for our main page, that means the user side, and for the views purpose. So what I will do, I will go here and I will create again the not resource controller, because now there's no CRUD part for the front end for the user side. So I will delete the resource part, and now as every time we are doing, now I will say user slash, that will, oh, what happened, okay, that will be not category, that will be simple post controller again, because we are fetching the showing or everything for the post. So that will be the post controller. And similarly, because tag and extra things we are getting from here, but we need a home controller, that means for other purpose. So like we have, if we have the about page, contact page, these kind of page, the link or the returning view, we can done that part on the home controller. So home controller is here. So returning this for the slash, so I will go and open this controller and user and home controller, and here I will create, this is not a resource controller, so that's why it's not having any kind of function. So let's create that function and call it index. So here it is, and instead of returning request all, I have here, I'm returning the block. Same thing for, where is route, yeah, here, and here I will create return this route for this post controller. So that will be returning with a function name is again index, and that will be same. Okay, so we have moved the returning view, but we have not created any route. So let's see how we can create the route for these things. So now we don't need these kind of things. So whenever I go to slash thing, I will call which controller? Home controller. So home controller. But as we have talked about, it's inside user folder. So user backslash home controller. And now actually it's not a resource controller. So we have to specify which function to look for. So at index function. Okay. And same thing here. So what I have to do, let's delete these things, and now we need again user inside user folder, then post controller at index. I am using this kind of scenario where I have this post controller, this home controller, but it's my way of doing things. You are free, you can even have only one controller, and every logic you can put on one controller. I'm just creating that thing for my readability or my easiness. If you are not happy with this, you don't want these two controller, you can create only one controller. That's only up to you. So let's see, we have these routes. So let's do one thing. You can see we have these kind of routes which are inside admin folder, and these kind of route which are inside user folder. So I will do one thing. Firstly, I will create here comment which say user routes, and here I will create one route. This route will firstly get, it's a group, so I'm going to create a group of routes. So this group of route will accept one array which is like name space, and that name space is user. So what I'm doing here, let's just complete this, then I will explain it. So let's close this, move this inside here, and yeah. So now what I have done here, I have created a group, and I'm creating that namespace is user. That means all these controller will inside user folder. So now we don't need to write these user here. Let's delete these things from here, and let's first check this. So go, and we have to go to back to localhost, and yes, we are having this thing. But if I undo this and save and refresh, yes, you can see it says controller user and user. So because it's having one user here and one here, so let's just redo it. And similarly we can create a route here. This is a group route, and this will again get name space, and I think what I'm going to do. So namespace is this, and the function, then it's like here, and move these here, and it's just my way of doing things. You can include every time you want that admin, but it's beneficial for me, and it's making these routes all together in a one side and all together in a one side. So this is my coding style. You can adapt your coding style anyway. You're free to do it. This is the power of web development. Okay, so let's see what we are getting now. Refresh, and yes, we are getting this. And for admin home, it's not having admin slash home. What happened? Okay, yeah, we don't have admin home. So I think we have to create a route which having uh, we don't have admin home. Oh yeah, we have to create one route, or even one controller for admin home. We don't have any admin home controller where we put all links or returning view for the sidebars, the tabs we have. So let's just create one controller for admin side. So that will not a resource controller. We are not doing any CRUD part of things. So that will be slash admin slash home controller. And don't get confused with the two home controller, because every time you are looking for home controller, that will always give the home controller is for admin, and whenever you call user home controller, that will always give you this thing. And even what you can do, let's do one thing. I can say admin home controller. This thing is also very nice, but it's a long name, so I will not prefer it. And you can do this again. I told you you can do anything you want. Okay, so let's delete this. I don't need this. Oh. Okay, so we have created that home controller for admin. So let's just go and create route for a get request of whenever I go to admin slash home, I want to call a function which is inside home controller at index function. Okay, and let's just give a name. So why we need a name? Okay, let's just see why we need a name. So I will say admin dot home. It doesn't matter what name you are giving. So this is nice. Okay, and let's see the routes we are having by the route list. You can see it's having name post dot index, post dot store. So whenever we are going to give this route, even we can give the name. So what's the benefit of name? So with giving this name, so let's suppose you have a form, and the action of the form you are giving like admin slash store. So it's not included actually your base URL. So if you use like this route admin dot store, so what you are doing here, you are giving the route name here. So we will see these things. So let's just move on to next things. So here we have admin dot home, and we have to return let's just close these things, close this, close this, close this, and also this. Okay, let's open home controller for admin. So here we have to create a public index function, and again you can create any function if you want home function, so that will be also nice. Let's just do that thing. So I'm going to return view, which is inside, I know it's inside admin slash home. Yeah, I think that will be home. Close this. Let's just verify resources, views, admin, and yes, home. Okay, close these folders, go and refresh, and again it says, because we have created home here, so let's just give it home. So index, instead of index I will say home. So everywhere is home, home, home. Okay, so but I like index. Okay, you can, again as I told you, you can choose anything you want. Okay, so let's just refresh. Yes, everything is good. So we have covered these things, and look at this route file, web.php file. It's so simple and easy to read. So what I will do, I will first comment this. So this is admin. I think we don't need to comment because I have given the name, so admin dot home, it's nice. So what we can do here, we can create, so we can create the post routes. Similarly we will say tag routes, and again we will say category routes. Okay, so these are the things we need to have, and now it's very clean and easy to read. So that's the goal of our creating these things with the resource controller type things. So next what we have to do, so we have completed these things. So now let's just close this, and you can see we have these sidebar. We don't have any link here. So firstly, when I click here, we don't have any route. So let's just go and let's just close this and open that, oops, open that sidebar. So I will search for sidebar and dot blade. So here it is, sidebar dot blade, and look at this, it's inside admin layout. Yes, this is I want. So I have these things. So here what I will do, as I told you, I can give the name of the route. So I know it's a route to show, so I will say post dot, you can say show, or you can say index. So let's just say show because it's more descriptive. So what I am going to do, whenever I click on this post, I want here to have every post I have created. So we don't have even the view for that, but we will create that. And same thing we need for these two, three. Okay, so paste it, and now it will be firstly category dot show, then tag dot show, and here we have not done anything related to users. So what I will do, I will just leave it, I'm not giving anything, and that's okay. So now let's go to post dot show, and let's go here and see post dot show is pointing towards the post controller inside admin at show function. So let's go and admin post controller and search for show. Here it is, show. So inside show we are giving all the post we have for our blog system. So let's go here and firstly just return, because we don't have any view. So return, not view, return, yes, simply. So what I will do, just a minute, I think there is some mistake. I have to use index because this show will only use for showing one post. If you are editing something, or you want to show any post you have created, so then you can use this. So what I will do, I will move these things to index function. And how I have suddenly clicked in my mind, because when I get here and I saw this show, it's accepting any ID. So whenever we are going to show any post for editing or for just viewing purpose. So we have to give the ID. So we will find that post and we will return that data of the post. So we will do that thing. So again, now I have to go to here, and instead of show everywhere, I have to use index. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so whenever I go hit refresh, whenever I click on the post, I must expect this yes. So let's go click, and yes, we are getting yes, lots of yes. Okay, so let's go, and here we have these things. So we don't have any post yet. So what I will do, I will create a simple blank page here, and we will do something here. And firstly go to database, no, not database. Firstly go to resources folder, um, admin folder. We have this post folder and post.blade here we have given. So let's just give, and I will say here show.blade.php. So here we are showing, so we have to grab everything from here. Let's just grab or even grab from here because it's a blank page, home, and now everything is here. So instead of returning yes, I will return view, which is inside admin folder, and inside admin we have a post folder. Inside post folder we have show file. Okay, so let's just go and click on this posts, and yes, we have this same thing, but we have to include these things and we will make changes in these things later. So same thing we can do for category and tags. So just copy this show dot blade and paste it here and here also and here. Okay, and similarly we have to include let's open app http controller admin category, and inside index I will say return view, and inside view I will say admin dot category dot show. And let's just copy this, save this, close it, open tag controller and paste it, and instead of category I want tag here. Okay, so we have tag here, and let's go refresh. Tag yes, category yes, post yes, and we have all these things here. So it's still remaining, oops, what happened? Okay, it is still remaining this user. So let's go and create one controller for user. And you will say, Sarthak, you are creating too many controllers. But what my idea is, I want to separate out each and every function with others. So you can see everything related to tags, I'm creating a new controller for tag. Everything related to post, I'm creating a new controller. So now our user system, that means for super admin, we want that super admin can create admin editors, publisher, like that kind of users. So for that, this is not related to tags, even not related to category post. So we must have to separate all these things, so that whenever we have to have some update or we have some problem in our function related to post, we will directly go to post controller. We know that error will be inside the post, we know we have to update inside the post. Likewise, if we are having some problem with the users, we have to go to user controller. So that's the thing we want to create. So let's just create that user controller. So I will say admin slash user controller. And now because user, we want to create, update, delete all these things. So again, resource. So everything is here. Let's just open web.php file. And now we have to have same kind of things, because it's also a resource controller, and I will say users route, and similarly I will say user, and that will be user controller. So it's so awesome to see all these things are very descriptive. Whenever you come back to your project after 1 month or even 6 months or even 1 year later, you can directly see, okay, yeah, I have to make changes in the user route or user controller. Where is that controller? So here it is. Or even you can search for user, then you will get this is okay. So these are the things you can do with the Laravel. Okay, so let's just go here, and as we are doing every time, let's just paste this because we have to show user also. So we have not created anything, so let's just close this app, open resources, and let's just I will just copy this folder, or even I can duplicate it. So duplicate it, and now the name is user, and inside user we have this post and this show. So it's not post, let's say create, or yeah, maybe create is good. So create is here, and let's just close this. And for index we are returning show. So as we always have, so whenever I click here, we don't have any route connected to this. So when I click here, it's not doing anything because we don't have anything here. So let's just open sidebar, or not this one. Oops, sidebar dot blade. Yeah. So for the user, we have not given any route. So let's just create route. And now for the route, we know route is user dot index. So go refresh, click user, and you can see it's having on the user and simple here. And whenever I say slash user slash create, hit enter, and it's not doing anything because I don't have anything on create function. So create function will must return create method, create file. Okay, create view file. So refresh, and you can see on the create we have these things. So this, in this way we can create many things. So we will move forward in the next episode. I think this episode is getting more longer, and yeah, this is the things. So we will meet in the next episode. If you have any doubt in these series or anywhere, you can feel free to message me, and you can like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe. We will meet in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.